So this has made it back into the workshop. A client, as you can see, it looks pretty good still. I mean, it's been heavily used in a conservatory for, I can't remember, 3 or 4 years. But somebody put their foot up or leg up, and I guess where the resin's got in, they've just knocked it right off. So a little bit of woodworm. I mean, it's very old, this yew. It's very inactive, but there's a video of me making this table, you can see. I thought it might be interesting. I'm gonna do a resin repair here and then re-polish it with a nice fresh finish of, I think I'm gonna use HardWax, or I'm gonna check up what I used last time. But it's pretty much still in good nick from all these years of use, as most of the tables. Looks lovely. Just need to repair that. I'll show you how I go about it, and I'll put links in the description to all the stuff I use. Mostly easy composites on this one because it's gonna be all resin and mold making equipment. The deeper we go, it's a bit like concrete really. The deeper we go, the more resin we get in, the stronger this repair is going to be. It's just a very subtle hint of the black tint we used on this one. So this tape you can get on Easy Composites, really, really good for mold making. So it's nice and flat, so we can get a really good flat joint. Always use a bit more than you think. Resin really does run everywhere. Now this table has got a round over, as you can see. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to back it up with some other tape. That's going to be the release tape, and I'm going to back it up with extra tape. Then I'm going to use this stuff, which is a molding wax. Again, that's available. Easy Composites, where I buy all my resin materials. If you've been watching the channel, you know that. But anyway, this is the molding wax, and it's almost like Play-Doh if you remember it as your kid. A bit like plasticine, more like Play-Doh. Doesn't smell as nice as Play-Doh, but anyway, you'll see me build a little mold and a little barrier and try and get that tight against that round edge. This is where the leak could happen, at the round over. I'm going to do a little barrier along to start with. Try and get that tape really squished in there. And there. Roll it out nice and thin. We don't want to go too thick, so a little bit more. Build a little barrier. In that round over and up to the tape. And the same there, and then that needs to be nice and flat, which it does seem to be. Coffee cup will be fine. So we're using glass cast 3. Sorry, it's a bit of a mucky old one. Glass cast 3 for that sort of pour. And it's 50:1. So we're going to measure it out. For a job like this, I should have warmed this up. If you warm it up, it goes really viscous. It's quite cold in here today, unfortunately. Okay, that's bang on, 20 grams. And then 10 of the hardener. It's 50:1. 45:1 is glass cast 50 and 50 plus, but this is 50:1. So 10 on the hardener, 9. A bit, 10. Easy Composites, black tint, very, very small amount. Usually you mix it, but I'm going to put a tiny drop in here. We're talking absolute tiny. That's it. Tiniest amount, and then mix it up. Real good. Okay, that's looking really good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tape a ruler on the edge so that we know we've got a nice straight edge. I put some masking tape on the back just to thicken it up a bit, and I'm going to go right on that edge there and put the ruler on. Like that. Tape it underneath to join it. Now we've sandwiched the ruler inside the masking tape, and then we'll go right up there and make sure that we're pulling it out. And we should have a nice straight line now to sand up against. Perfect. Okay, so refinishing is done. Let's get some oil on it and I'll show you. Very easy compared to finishing a table from scratch. Just redoing a surface and just knocking it back. I only went back to 120 lightly and then 180. And we're going to get all the work, all the hard work gets worth it when you see this as the grain pops. So you can see here, because I don't want to get too much on the resin because it's quite hard to get it off. So what I usually do is try and get it to soak in the wood, because this HardWax oil, unlike Odie's, it does work on resin, but if you put too much on it, it's really smeary. So try and get it on the wood, and then hopefully the cloth is going to have enough soaked into it. I can just literally rub it on the resin in the end. Doesn't matter if you get it on a little bit, but you just don't want to flood the resin because you do need to get it off. It's like the sides as well, really. What you can do is leave the sides, and by the time the cloth, just go like that, you don't need any extra on it, because the cloth picks it all up. Give it a little bit more time to soak in, then I'll rinse it off the wood. Here's the repair. It's a real character piece, this. It's wonderful. This was some yew that I actually acquired when I lived on the Isle of Wight. I bought loads of it. Unfortunately, all the stock was in the building when the fire went up, so there's maybe one other little piece, but all the main lot that I kept for big tables all went, unfortunately. This had been cut down 150 years ago, this piece of yew, and been stored by two consecutive owners, like the father and the son, and then he passed away and I bought it from a reclamation yard, the whole lot. Wonderful piece of yew. Okay, that's it for this one. The next step is going to be leave this for 2 or 3 days to fully cure and then apply the ceramic coating, which is the Manor Wood ceramic coating. That's our own finish. I'll follow this up on the next shop talk and show you me applying it. There's actually another table build on the way, which also has me using ceramic. It is available in our store. If you're interested, there's a link in the description. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all on the next one.